All right, here with Emma Rose out in Los Angeles, about a week removed, a little more, from her big win at the AVN Awards, Trans Performer of the Year. You won this in a year where there's so many good trans performers, more and more of them in the business. What did it mean to you when you heard your name called that night? Tell me the emotions that were going through
Oh
your
my
body.
god, I kept on telling myself, don't trip and don't stutter. And I was shaking so much because I did so much this year and put in a lot of work. I was really happy that Casey Kisses won last year, but it just made me I worked so much harder all throughout this year and just working scene after scene after scene. And when they finally called my name, it was just unbelievable.
Right. I don't know if you heard the response from the crowd, or if you're being able to take all that in as you're going up there. What do you remember about just that walk up onto the stage?
Honestly, I feel like people roared during my speech the most, and everyone was like, "You have the best speech of the night." I was preparing it. I was saying it over and over again in my seat because I'm like, if I get up there, I cannot stutter. Right. I really liked Chanel Santini's win back. I think maybe it was 2018.
Yeah. 19
yeah,
18 or
and
19.
her speech was amazing and really inspired me to do something good and also have a message behind my speech as well.
Right. I want to touch on that with you again in a minute, but before I do that, what is it about this past year that you did that you're the most proud of that helped you win that award?
Oh my god.
Was it just the overall
Honestly, it's working with a lot of studios. I had Dorcel, their first trans model for them, and then also working with Ricky Greenwood and Brie Mills and Chris Streams. That's why I said their names in my speech, because they really helped elevate me to do higher quality work and really rise to the top and show other trans models that there are so many opportunities out there for them, and it's been really, really great.
Absolutely. As you become higher and higher profile now, more and more people forever are going to be watching your scenes. For people that aren't too familiar with you yet, tell us a little bit about your background and kind of maybe what you were doing before you got in the industry.
So I started porn in 2020, and we raised first scene right before COVID hit, and then we didn't work for 5 months, and then within 6 months, I had a 9-month contract with Trans Angels, which was absolutely amazing. Before that, I was stripping. I have a marketing degree, and so I was going between an office job and stripping, and I was like, I want to do something more fun instead of the same thing over and over again. And then starting porn really just changed my whole entire life.
Right. I remember you had an OnlyFans for a while that was really becoming popular. Did that kind of give you the little urge or nudge to say, hey, I can do this?
Yeah, I started OnlyFans in the summer of 2019, and then it really started taking off in 2020. And I started shooting porn full time in July of 2020. And after that, of course, my OnlyFans skyrocketed too.
Absolutely, yeah. When you did get into the industry, what was your mindset? Right now you've got these awards and people are talking about, but were you kind of thinking in those terms when you first moved out west and started doing this?
I didn't really think that I would ever make it this far and this big, especially so quickly. But I always knew that I really wanted to win an award. I feel like it's one of the best recognitions for your work. But also, no, and honestly, I'm still speechless.
Right. Who were people, either before you broke in or once you got in, that kind of inspired you early on in your career?
Domina Presley.
Really?
She is such a good friend of mine and a really good mentor. She's never managed me personally, but always my advisor. I've always asked her for ideas and advice, and she also got me in touch with my publicist, who Erica Icon. Amazing. I've been this far without her as well. So definitely those are the two biggest people that have really helped push me throughout my career.
I feel like there's a real good, any industry you can have cattiness and stuff.
Yeah.
I noticed you're working with everyone.
Yeah.
Trans models, cis models.
Yeah.
But how accepting do you feel like everyone's been of you? You seem just real popular, really well liked.
It's been really, really good. It's Angela White is probably one of the most genuine people I've ever met, and I just that energy is what I like to bring to the table as well. And even on the straight side with guys, they came up to me in AVNs, they talked to me, they didn't shy away, even though oh yeah, I want to shoot with you, but I can't. But they still really made it known that hey, this is my friend, and I'm not scared of being seen with her, which is nice and showing acceptance throughout the trans community in porn.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier your speech that night. I thought it was phenomenal. Tell us a little bit about the message you were trying to convey in that speech, maybe for people that didn't see it.
Yeah, so my my speech, even for my expo speech, I was saying that trans cells, and that like it's 2023, and like no matter where you're like on TikTok or Instagram or something, you're always gonna probably see something about trans, and it's always good for views, it's good for content, and it's always selling for it. And like even I think like 5 years ago, I think a guy would be like blacklisted shooting with a trans model. Now that's not the case at all. And I just wanted to remind studios and managers and directors who are kind of like nervous or shy about shooting trans women that like we are here, we're working, and that like we're not gonna let you down.
What you say trans cells, and you talk about all the cis performers you're working with. I mean, this is a really great time. I mean, I know there's improvements to be made, but things are going so well in the industry. Why do you think, or what do you think's happened that's enabled so many people to open their minds up and be more accepting?
Oh my god, I feel like there's so many different things, because like one, like just the whole entire trans movement in general, that it's not even related to porn, but also about how a lot of cis girls have been working with trans models, that and they it's good chemistry. A lot of trans women love women as well, so that reflects in our work. And then just going along that line, a lot of these girls have boyfriends, they try trans women for the first time, and it's like they really realize it's not that different.
Right. I mean, I feel like at AVN and some of the conventions you're at, I mean, maybe in the past fans might have been a little shy or tentative to come up to a trans performer, but you're one of the most, you and Aubrey and people like that, some of the most biggest lines, most popular people there. What was that like for you, just meeting all those fans?
Yeah, the expo was crazy. It was my very first AVN expo as well, so having all these fans and like selling all my merch, and people who like some of them didn't know I was trans and some did. People coming up like, oh my god, I'm such a big fan, or people are like, wow, like I didn't even know you were trans. It was just like overwhelming.
Right. It sure made you feel great. Yeah, lost in the shuffle because of all the hype around your Performer of the Year win. You also won a trophy for Best Trans Sex Scene. Yourself, Chloe K, and Kinsey Ann. The title was The Cum Sauna. Today we are on set for Adult Time and Oopsie, one of the great Adult Time brands, for the Cum Sauna 2. You know, I think Adult Time and Bree Mills and Stella Smith have done such a great job with the trans content. What do you like about working for them?
Oh, I just love it, the energy. They really let you just do whatever you want. And it's not so structured. It's not like, oh, I need this position and this position. And they really let the chemistry talk for itself. Like my Kinsey Ann scene. Kinsey is like my icon. I love her. She's my favorite porn star. Sorry about everybody else, but my top girl. And it was just really nice, just that energy in that scene, and us demolishing Chloe K in the middle. It was just so hot.
Yeah, definitely three top tier talents in that scene. And today you're with Siri Dahl and Gracie Jane, who I feel like is a really emerging talent. Have you worked with her before?
I have. I've worked. No, I'm trying to remember if we've ever done a scene together. We've done plenty of content.
Yeah, even just watching you two do that too today, you seem to have good.
Oh, we have really good chemistry.
Absolutely. Well, Emma, I think that's all we need today. Awesome. But it was great catching up with you. It's hard to track you down after that big win, but I'm glad we could do this today.
Thank you.
Okay.